Hey there, my name's Scott. I'm going to walk you through this, and I'm Scott with Success in the Outdoors, trying to make everybody's lives a little bit easier. Go ahead and do today a very simple way to do your European deer mount at home. Just the basic items you have around your house. We're going to need a sharp knife, make sure it's sharp. Some paper towels to keep your hands nice and clean and so they don't slip around on you. A good heavy plastic bag or something to put over your wife's table. And you will need either a pouch of some kind of laundry detergent. It doesn't matter what it is, but it has to be laundry detergent. You can use a pod, one of the Tide Pod little capsules, whatever you want. This just happened to be the one I use during hunting season, so I'm using it. It has no fragrance. I've already cut the deer head off. Everybody knows how to cut the deer head off and get to that point. At this point, I'm going to remove the skin from the skull. This can be really easy. Don't hurt yourself. I'm going to show you some easy ways to do it so you don't get any kind of problems. We're going to start right of the deer. I'm going to cut a hole right here. We're going to continue to cut down and around, going right around nice and easy.
So guys, next you're going to do the exact same thing you did to that side.
Correct. I'm cutting right around the side of the antler, nice and easy on the burr. Your knife will actually slide down if you actually just work it around. I'm going to cut in right under the burr and then right back. So you're almost peeling it back with the knife, but you're cutting with the knife. You want it all to come off so it's nice and easy when you boil it. Doesn't matter, you can't mess this up. Just get it off is what you're trying to do. Just trying to make it off the easiest way possible. And this is where it gets easier. You start cutting, and now you're pulling the meat off along with the skin. It comes to the eyes. Easiest way to do it is put your finger up in the eye socket, put it all the way in, pull it back over, and then cut down, pulling up my fingers here. So I'm actually pulling it right over the top of the eye. It's just incredible how people pay so much money for a European mount, and it's so easy to do. Here at the front of the nose, you're gonna find that it's mostly all cartilage. It is not bone. So the top of it, you're gonna be cutting it off. Okay, I'm gonna cut right down through this cartilage. His nose has pretty much all been removed. And we're cutting down right to the tip. His upper jaw is completely clean. Right here on the top, we're just gonna go ahead and cut right down the bottom jaw. On down, just cut off all the meat you can. All right, so that's gone now. Now we have just nothing but a skull. Now remember, you're doing a European mount is really just going to be used. You're going to be using the upper part of the skull. The bottom part has no bearing whatsoever to you on this. I like to come in. I like to start cutting muscles away. And by the way, when you're boiling, I hear people say, oh no, it stunk. No, it doesn't stink. It actually smells pretty good. It smells like you're cooking a stew, unless you put something bad in it. You do not have to do what I'm doing right here. I'm just loosening the muscles to make it easier for when we put them in the pot. So far, easy. Doesn't look like a whole lot of problems. Nice and easy. If you look at the Roman nose, you got this curvature here on the nose. Most skulls are flat. If you look over here, that's a big deer, but it's fairly flat. Going to a Florida deer that's quite large, if you look, it's got a really big Roman nose coming out on here. You can do any kind of a European mount. There's a bear, there's a mountain lion. Looking at these, I'm also making a point to let you see yellowish versus whiter, yellow, and yellow. It sounds good to have a really bright white skull, but when you're doing this, I like a little bit of an off-white color to it. And it makes it much more realistic looking, not like you just went out and bought something and painted it. Okay, filling the bucket up just above the burr on his antlers. Okay, so now all I'm doing is I'm pouring in the laundry detergent. Laundry detergent will keep it at a simmer, not foaming up. That's all you're doing, is you're putting something in to keep it from foaming up. Now I'm putting in laundry detergent. Trying not to get a bunch of bubbles in there. I'm trying to fill it up. I want the water right up to the top of his burrs here. It doesn't matter. You're not bleaching at this point. All you're doing is cleaning. So you don't have to worry about filling it too high. It won't matter. Come on, light. Okay. All right. Now it's lit. What we've done so far is just taking the skin off, taking a little bit of the meat off, put it in a bucket, filled it up with water, put in a little bit of laundry detergent, turned it on. All we want this to do is simmer. Maybe a tad more than simmer, but simmer. I'm gonna leave it all night long. Just gonna let it run out here on the barbecue at a very low heat. It just keeps on going. And in the morning, that meat's just gonna fall off the bone, but the bone's gonna stay intact. All right, so I've let this thing boil for about 6 to 7 hours. And understand, when you're boiling it, don't over boil it and don't overcook it. Because if you overcook it, now see, there's still got all this meat on here, but if you look closely, that meat's just gonna come right off. It just fall right off. All the muscle is gone at this point. Now I'm gonna save one of the jaws because I always have people that want to age their deer and see how old it is. This is not difficult. And like I said, it's gonna smell really good while you're doing this. If you've ever had barbacoa, not barbecue, but barbacoa from any Spanish restaurant, barbacoa is the cow's head. It smells just like this, and it's got all these beautiful pieces of meat all throughout it. Makes it easy. Now I let it cool down all night long, so I didn't have to mess with it. And I wanted to also do this video during the daytime so you can see exactly how everything goes. But if you start looking, all this here just comes right off. I mean, if you can just hit it, it'll come off. And there's a lot of guys will just take this straight to the pressure washer first. As soon as they pull it out, when it's nice and hot, and that does a great job too. And we're probably gonna put the pressure washer on this, but it's gonna be a pressure washer, one of those little tiny Mickey Mouse pressure washers that just has enough power to just barely knock all this meat right off. Now, on the nose, this whole big piece here should come out. We wanna try to pull it all out. The more you can pull out at one piece, it makes your life so much easier. See how it just came right out? See how easy that was? All right, so you see how I'm doing this?
Yes.
This is a little Mickey Mouse pressure washer. Okay, this is the peroxide you need. you can go to any beauty supply house, any beauty supply store, and you'll find this on their shelves. This little bottle costs about $2.50, and do not get this on your skin. Gloves, just because I don't want to get burned. Really makes it easy. Okay, so I'm going to take this out, and this is like a real thick, gooey type stuff. All right, see it on there? Now I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to wipe it around. This is very potent. We don't want to get it on your antlers. We want to go underneath your antlers. Put it on, just rub it in. There's no right or wrong on this, just get it on. Get it everywhere. Just remember, not on your antlers. And the bigger bottle of this is about $4, and it's probably 4 times this size. I was only planning on doing one, but somebody brought me a head that somebody else had done, and it didn't come out quite right, so I went ahead.
So that's the original.
This is the new one.
Yeah.
This is the one somebody else had done already, and I'm just redoing it for them. Of everybody doing everything from putting bleach on things and all, this is the answer right here. With this right here, everything will turn out as white as you want it, and you got to be careful. You can definitely get them too white, so you want to make sure you kind of monitor it, and if you need to put more on, put more on tomorrow.
It looks like glue almost.
Put it on hold. Hey there, it's Scott again. All right, going ahead, I'm letting you know, all I've done so far is I put the peroxide on there. Just, you can get it anywhere, Amazon, any beauty supplies place. Don't get anything too strong, 40 is fine. All right, when you put this on, you just wipe it on like we did it yesterday. I let it sit, it soaked in, it took care of everything. If you look at it really good, there is nothing left in there yellow. And now we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna hose them off. There's nothing scientific about this. This is the easiest thing there is to do. And people pay so much and they don't get their animal heads back for what? If you have this done, you're looking, if you're lucky, you get it back in 3 months. Sometimes you get it back a whole lot longer than that. And this one is completely done. All right.
And that was the original.
Yeah, that's the one we boiled. This is the one that I had to take care of somebody else's booger job, I'll call it. But I knew it was going to stink in somebody's house, and being that it's my daughter's, I didn't want to have that happen, so I took care of it from there. And that's the way we do it in Success in the Outdoors. Hope you like it. Subscribe if you want some more easy tips, and I'll keep them coming for you. Thank you.